My re-experience with Thunder Ray. Alright, y'all. So, I want to talk about all the fighters in the game. I want to talk about everything I feel about Thunder Ray as a game. I know I did this video right as I finished the DLC the first time, but I kind of want to do this in a little bit more of a different way. Right? Kind of just settle this in a different way. Rat Padma, welcome to stream. Before that, let me share this on Discord real quick before I continue. Alright, I am back. So, and I want to talk about this and show it, right? So, I want to start off with the good things I have to say about Thunder Ray, and then I want to go into all the negatives I have to say about Thunder Ray, so that way it just doesn't look like, you know, a video that is just completely negative on Thunder Ray. So, one thing I'm going to have to give Thunder Ray, obviously, is the fact that the creators of this game, I think there was only like a few developers, if I'm not mistaken. There was only a few people who worked on the game, and the fact that the game looks as good as it does in trailer and in gameplay is amazing. The animations are really cool, very flashy, gory for some reason. I don't really care much for blood in my video games. I either like or dislike them, but it's whatever, you know. But anyways, right, I digress. So that's cool, right? The looks of the game are cool, but everything else I would say for Thunder Ray as a video game goes downhill from there, right? So other than like Thunder Ray looking like a good game to play, I want to talk about like each opponent, right, in the game. Let's start off with some negatives about Thunder Ray, right? I might pull up my own Thunder Ray videos because I have a lot of Thunder Ray videos here, and I just want to talk about again each of the opponents. I made 3 videos on the game myself, and I'm going to use my own footage, right? So let me show y'all something, right? Let's go with Javi Rico, right? So, the tutorial fight, you know, you go through the whole story of, like, dude here, which is fine. No one cares, right? Whenever you're playing a Punch-Out game, no one cares, right? So, this is Javi Rico, right? Now, obviously, he's a tutorial fight, so he's, like, not going to be that bad, right? I don't care about him. It's like every fight afterwards, right? So, whenever you play this game, you know, for some reason, I don't know why. Sure, the animations are fluid, but, like, you can't choreograph or tell where to dodge whenever these fuckers throw an attack at you. That's one of my big negatives when it comes to Thunder Ray as a video game, right? Is whenever you play a Punch-Out-like video game or something, right? Here. Whenever you play a Punch-Out video game, my bad for repeating myself, right? Whenever you play one of these, you want to feel good when playing it. You know what I mean? Like, you want to feel like you're in the mood. You're in the mood, you're the dude. When you're playing Little Mac up against Soda Popinski, Bald Bull, whatever the category, you feel good playing. You get good music in the background. You know, you wait till they do something, and then you counter-punch it, / punish what they're trying to do, and all that other sort of good stuff, right? Obviously, you do the same thing in Thunder Ray. Of course you do. But my problem is, for example, you're swinging this way, right? In Punch-Out, whenever you do any sort of swing, for most of the attacks, you can dodge either way, right? You can dodge left or right, you can dodge left, or you can duck, right? Under these attacks, right? In Thunder Ray, if someone punches you from this way, does like a hook or something this way, and if you don't dodge the proper way, right? I dodge left. You know, some Punch-Out games, when you dodge left and, you know, the dude hits left, if you dodge, right? You get to dodge the attack. Or whatever. I mean, look at Super Macho Man's spinning punch. Whenever he does that, you get, you know, you dodge left all the time, even though it looks like it's going to hit you and stuff, right? In this game, in Thunder Ray, like I said, you can barely tell what the fuck is actually going on whenever dude's trying to hit you, or what way you're supposed to dodge when opponents try and come and hit you, right? And if you guys think Rico Javi or the Backbreaker is bad, play more opponents, right? other than like the shitty telegraphing in this game in terms of character patterns. Oh, and by the way, fuck character patterns when you beat them quick enough, because they have a special route where they have a completely new set of moves you have to learn in order to win the fight. You know what I mean? So if you beat them quick enough, which is another thing I really do not like, because in my Punch-Out games, whenever I'm playing up and against an opponent, it takes me an extremely long time to learn the character's kit, to learn the moveset. It took me a long time just to even get remotely good at Punch-Out, right? In Thunder Ray, I was thinking it's going to be the same. Nah. Hey, Xiaoling, welcome to stream. Brian, welcome to stream. How you doing, guys? And Red Padova, welcome to stream. I'm not going to lie. As soon as I played Thunder Ray, for the first time, I was somewhat in it because, you know, Louis just bought me the game, and I was liking the experience and whatnot, right? But ever since then, ever since I played it for the first time and was done with it, I knew how I felt about it. And you know what? I even came back. I said I wasn't going to come back. I came back, right? That's usually what happens with me anyway. I say something like one thing and I come back because there's something either undone in the game or whatever, right? So, but anyways, right? So, like I said, the bad thing about this game, other than it really looking good, is I don't know where to dodge when these fuckers want to move. For 90% of the base game, including the final boss of that base game, I don't know where to dodge, when to block is okay, because most, like, low-key, most times when you try to block an attack, fuck your block. They'll go over it and hit you in the face, which causes you confusion, which makes, you know, confused meaning you do other things out of put. And there's so many things you can barely react to in the game, it's not even funny. It makes Punch-Out look tame in comparison with how barely I'm able to react. And of course, a lot of people might be coming up to me and say, well, Alan, then get good at the game. Brother, I've been playing Punch-Out for so long, and seeing these guys' moves and how they move and how they act is completely randomized from the next run you do. For example, in this game, and sure, in Punch-Out, right? You know, when you listen to sound cues for what attack is coming up, you have to do that. I get that. In Thunder Ray, dude, listening to sound cues is your only chance at fucking survival in this game, in my honest opinion. I swear to God, there were so many times in this game where I've died, felt like, I died, felt like, it felt like it was due to bullshit and not my own actual mistake. And obviously, the Thunder Ray team, the team who worked on Thunder Ray, actually decided to fix that problem, which, again, no matter what version you play, it could be Thunder Ray Origins, including DLC and whatnot, 90% of the fighters are bullshit. 90% of them. The only fighters I would argue that are not as bullshit is the DLC guys. The DLC people are the only characters in the entire Thunder Ray cast of characters that you go up against, right? Are not bullshit. I'm so dead ass. Like I said, whenever you try to dodge something, the telegraphing is so wrong. Because let's say this, I dodge left, that punch is coming left, or fucking left, right? I dodge left, sometimes I dodge right, the fucker still comes up and hits me. I take somewhat damage, you know, or some type of damage. And I'm like, why am I taking damage from a jab / a punch that I fucking went on and got out of the way for? Or even ducked. Or even blocked. And it doesn't get that shit, right? That's why I say blocking in, you know, Thunder Ray is fucking useless, because 90% of the fighters that you go up against in the game will just straight up say, negate your block. Now, there are some moves that you can block, but I would recommend you just learn how to dodge, right? And even, like I said, dodging is bullshit too, because they can come at you with a right hook and you dodge, you know, the opposite direction of that right hook to the left, it'll still come in and clean knock you. And I'm like, okay, dude, I'm already dealing with some bullshit with this game, right? And that's what I'm talking about. The telegraphing of the characters, animations, and attacks are so fucking flimsy, in my opinion, that I can barely have fun with the roster of characters. And this is another thing I have a problem with Thunder Ray. The roster of characters. I do not care about any of these guys, bro. And obviously, you know, but Alan, you didn't even have Thunder Ray for that long, so maybe give it a year and maybe you'll like the characters. Brother, Did I need a year to like Super Macho Man? Did I need a year to like King Hippo? Did I need a year to like Mr. Sandman? Matter of fact, did I need a year to like Soda Pop Beansky? Brother, the cast of Punch-Out is so iconic, right? That you can't even match their personalities, I feel like, from that cast. Disco Kid from Punch-Out Wii has more personality than any fighter you see in Thunder Ray. Way more personality. And you know another thing that Punch-Out Wii gets right is they give you indicators of when they're going to attack, and they don't tell you how to dodge it, but they at least give you an indicator that they're going to strike. And they don't strike so fast that you barely have time to react, unless you're Mr. Sandman title defense. But even then, his shit goes red a little bit, even though you have to react quicker to him in comparison to a lot of the other characters in Punch-Out Wii. There's so many things wrong with Thunder Ray. Like, for example, like attack telegraphing, like you do in Punch-Out Wii, is phenomenal. I can see when Bald Bull is doing the rolling punches and he's going to come out and throw it at me. I can get behind the timing of that and dodge whatever way I like. So I can dodge the actual punch or the attack that's coming my way. But in Thunder Ray, if you don't dodge at the right time or dodge the right way, you immediately get fucked. And then trying to play Thunder Ray on the normal difficulty is apparently harder than shit. And then playing in hard mode on Thunder Ray as well is even harder than shit. It's even harder than normal mode, obviously. But normal mode is like hard mode, and hard mode is like very hard mode, right? And then easy mode, aka Rookie, is pretty much like story mode. But I would argue no matter what difficulty you choose in Thunder Ray, the game is still bullshit because of the horrible telegraphing problem that Thunder Ray actually has for, again, 90% of the roster, and the randomness that the character that you're fighting, the randomness that the fighter that you are fighting is going to dish out on you. In Punch-Out Wii, there is no such thing as random moves being thrown out. Okay? No such thing as that. Whenever you play, you play. Whatever you see, you're going to see it again. And I can tell you that for a fact, because when I fought Mr. Sandman title defense, it was the same moves at the same times. Every single time I pressed restart on his match. But every single time you restart the match to try and understand the patterns that those characters have in Thunder Ray, you don't get that. They will whip out a brand new move for you to start out on, instead of doing the same type of move for you to get used to over and over and over again. And that's why I say the telegraphing for even a casual player for Thunder Ray is going to be very annoying, unless you're playing the Forgotten Duels, which I'm going to talk about. The Forgotten Duels DLC is extremely disappointing. Also, the final fight in Thunder Ray is actually really bad, because not only the telegraphing is awful, but how you predict or even dodge, Zigalez or whatever his name's moves is ridiculous. It's bullshit 90% of the time. And I barely won that fight, too, when I fought him over there. I spent most of that time, if you guys remember, in my original Part 1 Thunder Ray video, when going through all the opponents, I spent so much time on Devil Jobby and so much time on the final boss because, again, their patterns were so shit. They're so fast, which barely gives you time to react. You can't block, if not block most moves that they have in their respective kits. Again, it's all AI based, so it's like go fuck yourself on trying to time it or even learn the patterns. It is actually ridiculous when you play Thunder Ray. What are you doing? I'm talking about Thunder Ray, a Punch-Out knockoff. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking about it live, like kind of like a sort of review type of thing. That's what I'm doing. But anyways, as I was saying, this is like my re-experience with the game, right? So, I remember after I got to the DLC, I fought those guys. I got stuck on Hunter Callahan, or whatever his fucking name is. I do not remember his name. I remember I got stuck on him, and I quit the game. Because not only, he was extremely difficult, but I didn't want to go through, I didn't want to continue playing a game, a Punch-Out like game that I really did not like. And another thing, before I continue talking about the final fighter in the DLC, another thing that I do not like about this game is not only the telegraphing, but the feeling of playing this game feels like, I know a lot of people, they're going to say, hey, this feels like Punch-Out, you dodge like Punch-Out, the gameplay is like Punch-Out, you dodge and you counter punch and you wait for punches. But even when you do all that, you treat it like a Punch-Out game, it still doesn't give you that feeling of Punch-Out, you know, by, I don't know, the awesome animations for all your opponents when you're fighting them. The game feels very button mashy. Like, I can just keep swinging and I can get hits off no matter what. You know, like, oh, I keep mashing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different times in the face. I'm going to at least get 2 to 3 hits in because my opponent tried to do a move. I don't know, something about it just rubs me the wrong way. And I really mean that. Every time I load up Thunder Ray and try to play it, again, it's because of the horrible telegraphing and, you know, obviously the AI they used for all character voices in the game, except for Ray himself, actually including Ray himself. They used AI for the voices of the characters, which I think is an awful decision. You shouldn't really do that. You should really at least try to hire somebody or even ask, like, your family members or friends you got to at least voice the characters. They don't even have to be paid for it. Just ask them and be like, hey, this would be better than the whole game just sounding like, you know, AI, which the game is, again, voiced by AI. All the characters are voiced by AI, which really fucking sucks for some reason. But anyways, I digress. That's a minor point in why I really hate playing this game, right? So when I came back to fight Street, I also came back to fight all the other opponents so I can, like, remember, like, why I dislike the game, right? And I did just that, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I couldn't stand it. I really couldn't stand it. Like, you can see it in my eyes when playing up against 90% of those opponents. I was focusing on beating them, but I was really just wanting them out of the way because they're a waste. They're a waste of my time. Again, like I said, 90% of the fighters in Thunder Ray have no personality to speak of. And if they show it, it's like some of the lamest, most boringest shit on the planet. And since none of them are actually voiced by genuine people, it just feels like I'm playing Punch-Out with fucking robots. It doesn't feel like, you know, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's a real thing. It just feels like I'm playing a Punch-Out knockoff with AI in there. Just, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good playing it. Like, landing punches on my opponents doesn't really feel all that good. Landing the final blow, I mean, that's something. But it's like, dude, when you play Punch-Out, every punch is supposed to feel and give you that certain crunch. You know, that feeling when you punch your opponent in the face or give them a good stomach shot or even a star punch. Punch-Out Wii masters all this and then some. Why do you think so many people are getting on the bandwagon of playing it all of a sudden instead of playing Thunder Ray? And Thunder Ray is just being the game that is fucking forgotten. It's because Punch-Out can actually provide a good time and it's voiced by real people in a fucking studio. And I get it. Again, sure, only a small group of people worked on the game. I don't give a fuck. They could have at least hired some actual people to do the voices to make it, I don't know, feel somewhat more lively than what the game actually turned out being. Anyways, back to Street, or Hunter Callahan, right? Sure, I do not like this guy. This guy took me, like, a really long time to beat. I remember I cut down that 51-minute Thunder Ray stream that I made the other day, and I cut it down to just him because he was, like, the real important dude in the stream. And it took me over 20 minutes to beat him because not only he had a bullshit punch that comes flying at you unless you completely dodge it to the right and stay to the right. You can't dodge it left, otherwise it will count as immediate hit towards your character, and it takes over half your health. That's also really bullshit. Most of his attacks when he hits you are bullshit, especially the jab where he just goes like this. And usually you think you can block it, but you can't block it. You have to fucking duck it. It's the only way around it. And then also most of his punches you can't block either for some fucking reason. And I was just sitting there not having a good time. Think about it. What do you play Punch-Out for, right? That's what I was thinking about the entire time I was playing Thunder Ray. I was like, you know what? I want to get rid of this Hunter Kellum guy, the final boss in the game, because I watched some other streamer beat him, and I was like, I'm beating Punch-Out Wii Tower Defense. I can beat this fucking dude. Get me back on there. Let's go. Let's go another few rounds. Let's do this. And obviously, I spent like 20 plus minutes trying to beat him. Obviously, I beat him in that stream. And, you know, I don't know if I even felt satisfaction. I just felt like what I would feel when playing Punch-Out Wii, you know, sometimes, where all the stress went to my fucking head. You know, like, I was giving myself a fever, you know, by just playing, by just sitting there playing the game, give myself a fever by having constant thoughts going in my head, like, can this Punch-Out clone just die already? Can this just go set off a ledge and whatnot? And all that other sort of stuff that I would think about whenever playing a Punch-Out clone. Good morning, bro. By the way, Cinematic Universe, good morning, bro. Hey, what games are you looking forward to playing in 2025? Not a lot. Maybe Shinobi, maybe Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Ninja Gaiden 4, obviously the new Mario on Switch or Switch 2 or something. Obviously all the new Marios, the Donkey Kongs, possibly a new Punch-Out, whatever. I'm like, those are like the ones I have right now. But anyways, back to what I was saying about Thunder Ray, right? It's just all those things, you know, all those things to me is really what ruins the Thunder Ray experience. Like I've mentioned, the horrible telegraphing on 90% of the characters that have that come out with bullshit move and bullshit speeds all the time. Having zero to no personality with any of the fighters. Every single character that speaks is using AI. You know, not even real people doing voices for characters. It's just AI all the way from beginning, middle to end. Nothing feels right whenever you touch this goddamn game. Honestly, think of Creepy Brawlers when I played that shitty Punch-Out game. I don't know, at least I was having somewhat fun with that. It was like a horror-themed Punch-Out, so that I'll give it kudos for that. But like other than that, it was kind of a shitty game at the end of the day. But anyways, my point is all four of these things is seriously what ruins Thunder Ray for me. Even coming back to this game, like I said, that is what immediately kills it for me. All those things, all four of those things. I need all four of those things to succeed. And I know people are probably wondering, Alan, maybe you put Punch-Out too much on a high pedestal. No, I didn't. Punch-Out is what made this game even happen in the first place. Whenever I look at a Punch-Out game, I expect they do everything just like Punch-Out did. Not exactly in terms of characters and worlds and, you know, and arenas and all that shit. But I expect, you know, the things I want to expect. Good enemy patterns that are not ridiculously bullshit to the point it feels like complete bullshit. I can actually see what's going on. I can actually feel what's going on. I can actually have fun with what's going on. And even when I beat them, I go back to it and replay it just to learn it over and over and over again. You know? I get to actually do those things. Oh, and obviously have the characters feel like actual people instead of just AI trying to be people. Oh, and you know, like, I don't know, make it, you know, give the player an idea of when I should telegraph or when the fuck should I get the fuck out of the way, like Punch-Out Wii does. And I know I keep repeating myself saying Punch-Out Wii does this, Thunder Ray doesn't do that, but if you just played it for yourself, you would see exactly what the fuck I mean. I want you to buy a copy of Punch-Out Wii sometime or emulate it. I don't give a damn. Play that game and then play Thunder Ray, and you tell me which one is fucking better. If you say Thunder Ray, get the fuck out of my chat. I'm actually so serious. Like, don't even talk to me saying that's rage bait if I've ever seen it. You know you're lying to yourself when you say Thunder Ray is a better game than Punch-Out Wii. You know you're lying to yourself. I hope they bring Wii remaster of Punch-Out. I would love that. I would love that or a new one. You should do an experience on Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, if I had a code for it, I would do it. You know, if I had like a review code or a review code, not a review code. I mean, if I had like $60 on me, fuck it, I'll play it, and you just give me the password or whatever, or you donate whatever, I'll play it. I will give it a play. I will not deny viewer request of a video game. I'll even stream the bitch. You know, see how far I go with it. But, anyways, I digress. Thunder Ray is just It's not it. It's not it as a video game. And you know what? This is something I am gonna say. I went into re-experiencing this game, and I really wanted to like it. I wanted to say screw what I said in the past, because you guys know me. I don't like just thinking about what I felt about the game back then. You know what I mean? I like to, get a fresh perspective on things. And you know? And I tried that, and I am just feeling all of the same things I felt from then all over again. And I don't even mean to feel all those things. And sure, some of the bad points about this game, some people may say, oh, I don't care if the game's voiced by AI or real people. Who cares about that? And, you do you, but just at least understand where I'm coming from with why I say Thunder Ray is a bad game. You don't have to necessarily agree. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just saying, like, dude, there's better Punch-Out games out there. Even better fan-made Punch-Out games. And actually, you know what? I got a skit coming about my love for Punch-Out and stuff, and what's going to happen next with that game and stuff. But anyways, I digress. Guys, I spent so much time talking about Thunder Ray. It's pissing me off. I'm fucking sweating again. And I'm trying my best not to sweat, but, that shit just comes out for one reason or another. And, but anyways, if you like a game, you like a game. It doesn't matter what other people say. That is facts. But I'm just saying, maybe see my perspective on this. And I'm just saying, if this is towards the devs, right? If you ever make a Thunder Ray 2, right? These are the things I would like to see. I would like to see some form of way to telegraph the attack, meaning make the character flash a certain color, meaning, oh shit, they're going to do something, let me prep myself to dodge. Like how in Punch-Out Wii, whenever the character tries to come at you, then they have red around their body, meaning they're about to do something, they're about to attack you. What are you going to do? How are you going to dodge? Make the attacks easier to actually fucking dodge, and don't restrict the dodging to, again, certain ways to dodge. You know what I mean? Like, if I dodge the attack by pressing left or right, allow me to dodge that attack. Don't just sit there and I dodge this way and I still get hit for it. Don't do that. Allow me to dodge the character's attack. Allow me to do the proper dodge, Don't have all the characters be voiced by AI. Get people to do the voices. I don't care if it's your family members and shit. Get people to do the voices. Or maybe you do all the voices and you just tone down your own voice and stuff. At least make it feel like, more human. Give all the fighters actual personalities. Make something stand out about them so I can actually give a fuck about the game. Your animation style, that's phenomenal. That's, like I said, that's the one thing that's great about this game. But, and obviously, don't make it so hard for casual play, for someone that just wants to play it one and done. Make it around the same level as Punch-Out Wii's Contender Mode. And then if you want to do title defense, versions, then go ahead and ramp it up. But don't ramp it up so bad on the final boss where you can barely do anything against him, or it takes forever to fight dude, or even fight dudes before him. You know what I mean? Make characters that are actually interesting, and also don't go the fucking alien route. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't say this in my last time I talked about this, but literally playing this game makes me feel like I'm playing Power Punch 2. The Thunder Ray feels like a more updated version of Power Punch 2. And if you don't know what Power Punch 2 is, it's basically Mike Tyson going up to fucking space and fighting aliens to show that he's the best boxer in the world. And that game is shitty. And Thunder Ray really reminds me of fucking a better version of... Oh, it's Power Punch 2 with actual Punch-Out gameplay. Instead of the gameplay Power Punch 2 actually has. But, hey, I digress. And another thing, other than actually giving characters personality, actually giving characters voices, actually making the fights fun to see and whatnot, do better on the music. The music needs to be improved. Anyways, all those things, if you give me all those things for Thunder Ray 2, I would gladly appreciate that, you know? And I'm not trying to say your game is the worst Punch-Out clone out there or worst Punch-Out inspired game out there. Also, the blood is really unnecessary in my opinion. I only say that because, you know, that makes YouTubers not want to stream your game. Just saying because, you know, gotta avoid copyright and or YouTube's terms of service with the whole blood thing and how they feel about that. Just saying. But anyways, I digress. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share your video with your friends. Let me know how you guys feel about Thunder Ray. Thunder Ray / Thunder Ray The Forgotten Duels or Thunder Ray Origins, whatever the fuck you want it to be called. Excuse my language, it's just this game, man. This game made me feel so many things, so many wrong things. And I wish Thunder Ray was that much better. But anyways, God bless you all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I don't know what I'm going to do for tomorrow, but I'll figure it out when we get there.